This is the 4th year of my food forest, my agroforestry system in Campile, Corsica, and now you can really clearly see the system, because the first years the trees were still small and I didn't really mow the wild herbs that grow everywhere, so you didn't really see the structure that well, and now you can very well see it. You can see that I planted a row of trees every 4 meters more or less, and then in between I have crops like, in this case, Swiss chard, strawberries or raspberries. And let me give you a quick overview. So in those 2 tree lines you actually have lots of different fruit trees. Here you have an apple, there you have a cherry, and then you have another apple over there, another cherry, another apple. Here this is a mulberry. It's a bush mulberry, pomegranate, apple, feijoa, or it's a kind of guava, another feijoa, Polonia for the biomass, apple behind it, and then the same thing, Polonia, apple, more or less, and lots of raspberries. Let me also show you that. Here you have the strawberries, and here you have the Swiss chard. This is my very dense system with raspberries really next to the tree line, strawberries as a crop on the ground, and again berries, in this case red currants and gooseberries, and then the tree line. Very intense system, but very productive, and from a very early age onwards, basically. From like 2 years onwards, all those fruits start producing. So yeah, that's the first row. Now let me show you the second alley, I should say. So this alley is a bit different. You have different fruit trees here. This first one is apple 2, this one. But here I also planted some wild flowering nitrogen fixing plants like this guy. This here is a Juneberry with really nice fruits that are growing quickly. Can you see? Yes, you can see them. Apple tree, which had lots and lots of flowers, as you can see. Pretty impressive. And this is a persimmon, small persimmon tree. We have a cherry tree for shade, because I actually didn't graft this tree. And here you have 2 rows actually of eggplants that I planted a few days ago, followed by a little bit of potato. And you have more apple. This is apple, that is apple, this is cherry, this is apple, and you have these huge Polonia trees in between for shade and beauty and biomass. And you can also see some hardy kiwi climbing into the Polonia tree, this green thing. And then again a very nice apple tree with the kiwi berry. So yeah, that's the third row. Now the third alley. Oh sorry, the second alley, actually, not so fast. This is the third alley, which also looks pretty neat. As you can see, again, the system, 1 row of trees and shrubs there, 1 row over there, and 2 rows of potato in the alley. I could have added another third row. And as you can see, there's already quite some shade, because the sun rises on that side and then it turns like this, meaning in the morning there's quite some shade, but in this climate it's still enough, there's still enough sunlight for these potatoes to grow very nicely. And in agroforestry systems, what's important is always to keep in mind your objective, and yeah, especially what kind of crops do I want to grow, what's my priority. My priority here is not the crops, but the fruit trees. This is why I planted the fruit trees. And I just use this distance because in, let's say, 10 years or maybe even less, some of the fruit trees will almost touch each other, because they often get a diameter of 2 or 3 meters. Oh sorry, 4 or 6 meters. A radius of 2 or 3 meters. And So those two rows will basically grow towards each other, and yeah, this is basically the final distance for fruit production for most fruit trees. So that's why. But you can easily do at least 5 years of vegetables, maybe, but even some more in between, because it takes time to grow. This is the fourth alley, same system, and here I planted tomatoes, and I'm gonna add beans. Yeah. And yeah, I have 2 more rows, but up there I don't grow vegetables because I don't have the time to do it, because nothing here is mechanized, almost nothing. So yeah, everything by hand, and that's why. But yeah, I want to show you this because it's very cool to see. Yeah, to see the system basically after 4 years or 3. Yeah, after 3 years. This is the 4th year. So yeah.